Yes.
I want to crave your indulgence. At 9 o'clock
Mm-hmm.
tonight, the second of three debates will be taking place. And we
Yes.
want to have a watch party on Portland Spice TV.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm inviting you to join us back then. To join us then.
All right, Colin. All right, Colin. Just in closing, for 60 seconds,
Yes.
let's remind the people of Jamaica that there's a $1.4 billion spent that we are questioning, not the fact that we have a need for school bus, but we must ask the German question. Even by Darrell Vaz's own account, they said they spent $400 million for the bus. So let's give them that. What about the other $1 billion? Huh?
We want
What
to
is
know
going
about it.
on?
We want the invoice and we want to know where the money go because we want to say to Darrell, we know that some of the money was stolen. We will find who stole it when you give us the documents. All right? Later, Obi.
We want to know. God bless you.
Yes,
Take
man.
care.
We need to
Good,
know.
good.
Conrad O'Brien, the fireman. Good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. You're live on Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4. Go ahead.
Bell, how you doing?
Hey, Mr. Colin
Yeah,
speaking.
I'm here right here, bro. I've been trying to get you, man, but apparently, it has been so. Yeah, a question up front, Colin, that must be subject to some deep interrogation, yeah, and it cannot escape, yeah,
Yeah.
us ad nauseum questioning this transaction. It's concerning the so-called school bus or buses.
Yes.
Now, the question is, what supplier in the United States would have conspired and colluded with the government of Jamaica to defraud the people of Jamaica?
I don't know if nobody over US involved in it. Maybe I figure it work. Them get somebody from here to go up there and buy it and then buy it back from them.
Well, and it's happening in the United States, so we have to use that jurisdiction. That jurisdiction has to answer that question. Anybody operating on their territory, whether it is someone who left here and went there, or it emanates from people there.
Yes.
Yeah. So the question still stands tall. Yeah. What supplier in the United States? Yeah. Supply side now, what
Yes.
supplier in the United States would have colluded and conspired with the government of Jamaica to defraud the people of Jamaica? Yeah.
Because it happened.
That has to. Yeah, it has happened.
We're not
It has
asking
happened
if it
from
happened.
one
We're asking
jurisdiction to one. Yeah.
which supplier.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So the United States would have to exonerate themselves, yeah, and
Yes.
investigate the matter to see who would have come to our shores to create such a smirch, yeah,
Yes.
and our character, right? So the question stands tall, and it has become clearer now, Colin,
Yeah.
that this was never intentioned or meant to be anything above board, It was never contemplated. It was hatched in deceit and iniquity. Yeah? Because there's no way, shape, or form that a government, well, call them a government, what it is,
I get some
would have.
information today, it's mystical,
Mm-hmm.
that it look like none of the boss them now go Happy Grove either. Tell her! Tell her!
Not going to go there.
To Happy Grove.
Or them can't go there.
My information is that the first plan was that two would come from St. Thomas side and one
Mm-hmm.
from Port Antonio side to go to Happy Grove. And then I am hearing that they are saying it's not feasible. The one, so we might get the one from Port Antonio, but the two from St. Thomas not coming. What?
No.
What?
Yeah, but feasibility not coming a robbery, man. A fraudulent conversion. We don't think about feasibility. You can only think about feasibility when you have embarked upon a program, a viable enterprise. Yeah, yeah. So you do feasibility studies, and when you are convinced, now you launch that entity. Yeah. So feasibility not coming at this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is not meant to follow that logic. the logic of feasibility and viability. Yeah, yeah, 'cause it is rogue. Yeah, it is rogue. So them can't twist the argument. Them only confuse themselves. They're not going to confuse us around here. So there shall be no question about why it is not coming. Yeah, there should be no question because everything is being just unleashed upon the people of Jamaica. Yeah, for the purposes of bamboozling the people of Jamaica. Yeah,
Yes.
to accept something that is anti the people of Jamaica, anti decency, anti honor.
Hold on, Mystical. Let me just thank the people on Caribbean Radio HD for tuning in this evening and apologize to them for the period lost due to circumstances beyond our control, where we lost internet connectivity right here in Port Antonio. So I want to just thank everybody for coming back on. Thank you for listening. Do remember that we'll be here tomorrow evening again, 7 to 5, drive time on Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4. And if you don't have a HD radio yet, download the Caribbean Radio HD app. Have that on your phone. But most of the new cars now have HD. So what is happening, Mystical, is FM is being phased out in America, which soon phased out at Jamaica.
Okay.
It's HD.
Yeah.
That's running things.
Yeah,
you want to hear the quality, bro. Caribbean Radio HD, we're covering a wide cross section over there in Florida. So we just want to thank you.
High definition.
Yes.
Yeah, so HD, it's only when Gary launched it was really when I learned about the transmission via HD,
Yes, man.
Yeah, either two, we never knew about this HD thing. Yeah, HD was around, but it wasn't applied to radio transmission, really. Yeah,
man, but it's getting there now and getting bigger.
Yeah, high definition. Yeah, man, definitely. Man. So you see, the same bus question, it's gonna be the one of the biggest scandal, biggest shame in Jamaica, And then you question those who would have even contemplated, presenting, a model like that into the space.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. My name is Colin Bell. I'll be your host for the next 120 minutes. I'll be here with you on Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4. And of course, you can also download the Caribbean Radio HD app. I want to say good evening to all the people in the chat room. Good evening and welcome. Sonia, Brother Bailey, Sister Christine, good evening. Florence Hamilton, good evening to you. Yvonne Riley. Yeah, man. Mervyn, Nicole, good evening. Megawatt Volt, bless up. Maxine Brown Roberts. No collusion necessary. Private person can go and purchase anything. They could have sold the buses for $1. They get their payment. What persons do after purchase is not their concern. Gilly, good evening, my brother. So that's the bus. But let's stick a little bit to more current event. A demolition job took place last night. I know this is my view that Team PNP destroyed Team GLP again, making it 2-0. Tomorrow night will be the final debate. Mark Jefferson Golden and Andrew Holness come face to face. And I don't know how many of you remember the 2023, 2024 budget presentation where Andrew Holness and his gang walked out of the parliament when Mark Golding started to lace them left, right, and the center. And I expect nothing less tomorrow night. I expect Mark Jefferson Golding to be brutal. Because when you back up somebody who is a suspect of a crime, you must deal with them brutally. Unless you forget that Mark Golding is an attorney at law, and he will get a chance to question Andrew Holness tomorrow. But let's stick to the debate from last night. We want to hear your views. We're going to talk to Conrad O'Brien a little more. We're going to talk to Ralston. We have some people we're going to talk to. But we want to give you all the first bite of the cherry to hear your views on the debate last night. The GLP obviously can't think on their feet. And I'll tell you why I say that. The debate have a part of it where each team gets an opportunity to ask the other team a question. And they would have gone there with that question in mind. But Lord man, if the question was already asked, Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, it makes you look stupid to ask the same question again. Or you expected a different answer? So you lost that punch that you should have given with a question to the PNP when you ask a question that was already asked and Julian was in his gungo on top of his game, picked up right away and embarrassed you by saying that question was already asked, but I will answer it for the people again. Poor. And it shows us some of the poor decisions that has been made by the government. I think Peter Bunting was brutal. Brutal. And it is making the rounds that the GLP bought brand new trucks to carry garbage, but old bus to carry the country's most precious asset, our children. What can go so? Caribbean radio people, what can go so? Brand new trucks from China to carry garbage. Old school bus that has been decommissioned, where reports coming to us that fumes from the exhaust are getting into the buses. And those are the vehicles that Andrew Holness and Darrell Vaz bought to carry the country's future. The country's future. So, I am saying it here, that the Andrew Holness-led administration have their priorities wrong. So just to eat a food, you're compromising the safety and the health of the country's future. Then it's time for you to go. So, we've been talking all along about the economy. And this debate last night was about the economy. And I want to give a 9 out of 10 to the questioners. I think the questions were brilliant. The questions were on point. And questions were asked where even Bull, the GLP, the man them, hey, the question that was asked about collecting tax from Meta and those platforms that they're not paying tax in Jamaica. Mash up Faval. Mash her up big time. She couldn't answer it. Couldn't answer it. But I'm going to play a clip where I think, and let me play the extended clip because I have it short and I have it extended where I extend the whole thing. So let me send on the extended clip and then I can play you the shorter pieces. But for those of you who did not watch the debate last night, it is a good watch if you want to go back and look at it. All over the internet. Brown man security. The man questioned too long, Mr. Bell. Well, you see, those are economic questions that you have to put the context in place. So I add that, look at that to that. His run-up was very long, but you have to put context to them. Christopher Campbell said, good afternoon, Mr. Bell. Will Darrell Vaz show Jamaican people, the taxpayers, when the documents, where the documents is on the old buses? Well, I hear him, we played the clip yesterday where him said the only certificate Jamaica people want to see is Mark Golding certificate. And that's rubbish. Because as I said yesterday, whether Mark Golding was born in England, Australia, New Zealand, or anywhere like that, he's eligible to be member of parliament and prime minister. President, good evening.
Morning, evening, good night. I'm just trying to wake up from what I experienced last night.
Oh, you got knocked out too?
Yeah, because I was wondering if that debate last night was supposed to be the PNP versus the JLP for the 2025 election. But the JLP sound like they were defending to run for the 2016 election. Everything that they were discussing and describing and comparing was to the 2016 election debate. They were talking in the past like they were contesting for the 2016 election. So PNP is the one in power, and they are showing PNP what they have been doing wrong.
So they make it sound like PNP are the government.
Yes, and they are the opposition.
Well, my brother.
Even the way they answer the questions, they are comparing everything that they are doing and saying to the parliament before the 2016 election. Play it back, Shaka, and listen to it.
Yeah, man.
Most of their answers compared to the 2015, 2016 election.
They weren't prepared.
They were not prepared. No, I shouldn't say that. I lied. They were prepared, but they were trying to hide and trying to prevent the corruption. They were trying not to do anything for the corruption to jump into play. So guess what? Out of 10, I give the JLP a 4 and the PNP a 9.
All right, my brother. Thanks very much.
And one of my last comments, sir, the saddest moment that I had seen on the whole competition so far.
Yeah.
And from before the debate, if JLP wants to continue, they cannot hold that Minister of Finance in the position she's in. She's lost.
Lost. All right.
She's lost.
President.
All right, my brother. Cool.
One love.
Cool.
Good evening. Welcome to Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4.
Good afternoon, sir.
Marshy.
No, they said that Keisha Anderson, some people say Keisha Anderson like Sinead at the debate, but it's a lie. She asked a big question. For the past 9 years, does your life better?
Yeah, man. She didn't disgrace herself. She held her own.
Yes.
She wasn't the star, but she did better than Favor.
Right. She mentioned something, I'm going to paraphrase her. When you start to tell people now about Finstock and them things they were gone, what does that do for the future of Jamaica right now? What your plan, right?
Yes.
Them question the big, but listen to me now. I heard you said when Dayton pronounced the date for the election, Andrew Holness couldn't change it. In go there and said the same thing. You say if it was you have to shift one of the day there.
What? Me I shift the 2 date.
Then you must.
Me I shift the 2 date, Marshy.
Yeah.
When we go half a tree, me I say elect nomination day will be on the 19th of August.
Yes.
And election day will be on the 4th of September.
Right.
No boy in our program me.
No. Well, listen to this one. I, Julian J. Robinson, can categorically stated that I'm under no investigation for corruption. Can the JP said so? And not one of them answer up till
them
now.
Stay silent. What the hell could I go so do?
You can't do that and me no answer you. You can't do that to me.
Well, Marshy, if you're under investigation, you can't answer the way now.
Listen to me now. May I take a shame one next day, you know?
Marshy.
Yes.
Marshy. You're a Marshy. Hold on.
4 grandchildren and 1 on the way. So the little time that this will be my last election. I'm 62 years old. 4 grandchildren and 1 on the way. So the little time that I have left, I want to spend it as best as possible to make up.
You hear that, Marshy?
No.
Darren Voss said I'm 62 this is last election.
Am I just 62?
So he said.
He can't spend 120 year a person, you know.
He said this is last election.
Well, him right. But listen, if the JLP get voted out, who tell them to vote out the JLP?
Well.
Listen, when Darren Voss said vote them out, him couldn't talk about the PNP because the PNP is not in.
Well, maybe that's why President Fitzroy a while ago just said the man them a debate like a 2016, like a them in our opposition. PNP sounded like the government. Julian sounded like the minister.
Listen to me. Too surprised, me get. Too surprised. Now, if it was the General Secretary of the PNP talking, me wouldn't surprise. If it was Damon Crawford talking, me wouldn't surprise. They never know said Julian J. Robertson have them read lyrics.
Hey, the man forward last night.
Yes.
I had to send him a message this morning. I said, yo.
Why?
No, man.
Really in that?
Hey, listen, me, man. I have listened to Julian on the political stage. I have watched him in the parliament, but you can know him sharp, you know. I don't know if you remember in his last budget presentation when he said something in favor about point of order, and the man just come back and said the wicked flee where no one pursue it.
No, in witty.
Hold on.
But
Hold on.
The investigation for illicit enrichment. I categorically state, I am not under investigation. Can the three of you say
you
that?
have to do something about that. We not hear it. We not hear it. You have to do something about it.
Oh, you not hear it?
No, we not hear it. Very low.
All right, I can do something about it. Hold on.
Yes.
Let me touch it up. I don't want it too loud in the studio, but I can. Lord. Yes, Marshy. Wait.
Yes.
No, sir. Come here, nuts. This too hot. Hold on, the Marshy. Too hot. I know it's hot like a fire. No, sir. It can't so hot. No, sir. Yeah. All right. Let me start it. Yes, Marshy.
Yes.
Still hot, but let me play it again, Marshy. Hold on.
Are under investigation for illicit enrichment. I categorically state, I am not under investigation. Can the three of you say that?
You hear him now?
Yeah, we hear it. It could be better, but we hear it.
No, Julian, step on the man, them like, you know when you crush roach?
Yes, man.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. But guess what now?
Yeah.
My other big surprise is not in the debate.
It's weird.
It's after the debate. I heard a certain gentleman why he wouldn't look feet from.
You mean this man, yeah?
The PNP won the debate last night.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. They had the most memorable performances. Yeah, they landed the most blows.
That's one of the high
and the governing team, the JLP team, did not do enough counter-attacking. They should have been more responsive. There came a point in that debate when they should have said, listen, time come. Take off the gloves now.
Hello, my dear.
Don't make nobody fool you. Don't make nobody fool you. The PNP won the debate last night.
Jesus.
Yeah. They had the most memorable performances. Yeah. They landed the most blows. And the governing team, the JLP team, did not do enough counter-attacking.
My people, if you don't know who that is is the legendary Cliff Hughes.
Hear me.
From Bradley Avenue.
When him says so, you know, and on a photo finish, you know.
When him says so, it can't hide. But
no,
but I was disappointed by Emily. I think she was just trying to balance it because she gave the PNP.
She gave it one.
Yeah, she gave the PNP the first debate and she has said, Lord God, no, I can't give them the two. Whatever it is, I have to give the GLP this one, yeah. But no, Emily, you couldn't give them that one, yeah. No. The gap was too wide. This wasn't a Noel Lyles, Kishi and Thompson.
No.
This was a Usain Bolt win.
Yes. You know, when him set that world record and all, I beat him just long before him passed the winning post. No, it tell you it's over. It's over and done. It's over and done. And let me tell you something.
No, it's not over and done. You know, that's the debate.
Yes.
Because if, as Crawford said Sunday night in Manchester, if you win nomination day, win the debates, and you don't win on the third, everything count for naught.
Everything comes to naught.
So I don't want comrades to start jump up yet, because I expect another win tomorrow.
But listen to me. We listen to Mark Golden talk, and we listen to Andrew Wellness talk. Now I tell you the truth, you know. Now that scrape up all what me have and wager it for Mark Golden.
But most
Andrew Wellness cannot stand up to
it's not
Andrew Wellness can't stand up to Mark Golden.
It's not just stand, it's that Andrew have too much skeleton and they will come out tomorrow night.
They will come out.
All right, Marshall.
Because I'm just wondering if Mark Golden will ask the same question again.
No, I'm going to ask it in a different way. We're going to ask him, why is it you want to remove illicit enrichment from the law?
Yes.
Because I'm going to need to answer, because in the two debates, the GLP have not answered the PNP question yet, you know, in none of the debates.
No.
They have not answered the question that the PNP asked yet. Where are the labor rights? When nephew there? Hello! Somebody call nephew! Sherman! Somebody call Sherman!
We need him.
Hello?
If I should get a question in just before I go, if I could get a question.
Hold on, Marshall. Hold on. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Bell.
Just hold for me. Me give Marshall 1 minute and come back to you. Go. What is the question, Marshall?
The question I would ask, how your taxi business so profitable while the others failing, and how you are so lucky to get your money out of the Ponzi scheme while the others couldn't.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yes, caller, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We are live on Caribbean Radio, 97.9 HD4. We are on Bro Geary Radio at Zeno FM, and you can download the Caribbean Radio HD app. Talk to me.
Even Mr. Bell.
All right, let me just hold for me. Hold, I'm coming right back, not staying this time. Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir, Bell.
Hold the line, I'll come back to you. Go ahead, my lady. Talk to me.
Yes. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
You remember you said it last week. You said Emily not gonna give PNP this one.
No, I can give them. No matter what happens, no, I give it two.
Yes. And another pointer, you remember what Mr. Bunting said to him? That him and Mark Golding are audited and certified. You can't say the same about yourself and your prime minister, Christopher. You didn't hear that?
Oh, hold on, listen to this. I'll play something for you. I want to play something.
I'll hang up. I'll hang up now.
All right, you can hang up, but I want you to listen to this. I have something to play. My people, no, listen to this, my people. Listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
You and your brethren, them set up a company.
Yes.
And it work.
Yes.
And it make money.
Yes.
And Scotiabank see it and like it.
Yes.
And buy it.
Yes.
And make a money.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in every newspaper, on every news. So,
yeah. If you go on the internet now,
you see in Bolt,
yeah,
we know how you make your money.
Yeah, man, that is exactly right. You know, and even if you go on the internet now and search that transaction, when it's still there, the material is still there, the offering document, the pricing of everything, how much everybody got is all there. So yeah, I mean, it's quite transparent and so on. So, you know, but what that sale and the financial security...
That was Mark Jefferson Golden in an interview with yours truly, Colin Bell, saying how he making money. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Bell.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, one thing we said, yesterday, JLP them do press conference today. Pavel Williams. You know, so the PNP them have to come answer that because they must try and make the PNP them look bad.
They did a press conference to them. I never see me. They did on the road.
Yes, man. Pavel come with our maths and chart and all them thing there.
Yeah?
I try to discredit Julian Robinson. Say the 3.5 can work. She and Marlon Morgan and somebody else. I not know who the next certain.
So did she show how for them 10% workout?
Yes, but somehow, as a listener and as a supporter of the People's National Party, also, somehow she always try to make fair numbers, then small.
Then, hold on, your Julian say a pro box match she use, you know.
Yes, because when the gentleman asked the question and said, for them tax break go cost was 100 billion. She asked where you get those figures from. And then she tried to clarify it and I say it will cost 20 billion.
25 billion, she said it will cost.
Yes. So, and every time they work out their maths, it always looks small. And you see, because the JLP government is so much of corruption. There's so much wages where the PNP can recover back all in the health sector and them places where them are thief up the whole heap of money.
Yeah.
And right now, it is alleged that most of the construction that is building in Jamaica, the scheme and the apartments, they are aligned to the Jamaica Labour Party.
Listen, a whole heap of hanky-panky are going on in the country. Lot of stealing going on in the country by people aligned to the Jamaica Labour Party. So that is one of the reasons why they are trying to win the election at all costs. Because once the PNP get into power, a lot of things are going to be revealed. Yes.
A lot of things are going to expose.
And that's why we are calling on the Jamaican people to join this mission to rescue Jamaica. Jamaica needs to be rescued from these set of bandits. You heard Julian Robinson last night say he's not under investigation. Can you say you are not? And they said nothing.
You know that. The NHT, when I was buying a house, when I was buying a house, nice 2-bedroom house. When I was buying a house, I buy it under Porsche government.
Yes.
And I pay $4.2 million for it.
Not even land that can buy now.
Me alone and God buy it. You don't get nobody else to buy it. I know that right now, if you're trying to buy a house through NHT, once they do certain job, NHT in a no argument that them are sending straight to the bank.
Yeah, but that is one of the things that we need to sort out, and I hope the PNP will change that. Because I don't know why they're sending people now to the commercial banks when NHT used to do all of their business. But you must also realize that this GLP government have some soft spot for the banks. Because remember, they voted against the people of Jamaica and voted for the banks. You remember that? When Fitzjackson brought the bill to Parliament for the banks to stop charging us for deposit and withdrawal, the GLP said, no pay no money to the bank, and voted in favor of the banks.
Yes. All right. So since today I was speaking to a lady, she was telling me that her son is buying a house, trying to get a house now.
Yeah.
And he find out that even though the government say that you will get 9 million as a single applicant if you qualify for it.
Mm-hmm.
She said, tell me that NHE will not give you the 9 million. They will not give you the 9 million. Plus, if you join with somebody, you're supposed to get 18 million between two of you. You will not get that amount. They are sending you to the bank. So they will give you like 7 million and you have to get the rest from the bank.
Or is it that but I know there's a system now that NHT do the money through the bank. The loan come through the bank. It's not that the bank itself. So the interest rate will still be maybe a little bit more than the NHT. I'm not sure, but it's something that we are looking at and we realize it's happening. We need to fix it.
Yes, sir. But I'm telling you, the people are confident in Mark Colin.
Yes.
They're confident in Julian Robinson. And also, if you put the two parties together, pound per pound, PNP party is more organized. They have some more bright and better people. They have more mature people. And Jamaica people is confident in Mark Jefferson Golden because people are comparing him to Michael Manley.
All right, my brother. Enough respect. 202, good evening.
Yeah, blessing.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, we are saying the debate, it has show how dishonest them people there is, the world bare face lie and the disconnect what them have with the society.
You have to speak up, my brother.
Yeah, me I say the debate, it show you how dishonest those people is.
Hold on, caller.
Tell the lie them and tell them blatant.
Yes.
And them show you say them disconnect with the society. Because what them show you, them tell you say the health service what them do, them upgrade how much health center and this and that, and what is there now is not nowhere near acceptable. Yeah.
Well, the health sector is in the health sector in Jamaica is in turmoil. Turmoil.
Yeah. And them are boast about it.
Then you know realize that Chris couldn't defend it last night. When the man drop it upon him, Chris couldn't defend it. Hold on. I see somebody in the chat room. Ryan, did Mark Golden and Peter Bunting benefit from FinSac? If yeah, they can't get my vote. Now, brother, I don't know if you don't understand what FinSac is. And based on your question, I don't think you understand what is FinSac. Did Andrew Holness benefited from FinSac? That's also a question you must ask. Because there's information out there now that Andrew Holness bought a FinSac house. Now, understand something. That FinSac was the solution to the bank crisis in the late 80s and early 90s. When you had people like Edward Siaga who borrowed 30 million US and not pay it back, same forget about that. You have to remember, you have to understand these things. So same like how you say SSL mash up with people money. I saw the bank them did mash up with people money, but at that time, you never had a FSC and you never have a deposit insurance. Those institutions were put in place by Omar Davis. Same time when they brought in FinSac. FinSac was brought in to pay back people money who the bank them rip and rob off and crash with. So you keep asking about FinSac. Call upon the GLP to release that FinSac report. It must be released so everybody can understand who are the people who benefited from FinSac. Now let me explain one more thing about FinSac. FinSac gathered all the collaterals at the bank. Everything what the bank them did own. And all the assets where people did borrow money upon and use them as collaterals and never pay back them loan. FinSac gathered all of those and sold them for cheap. So what FinSac did was sold the bad debt. So there were people who bought those debt. And yeah, DB and G maybe would have bought some of those debt. Michael Leachin would have bought something from the whole FinSac thing. I think that's how Michael get NCB. So you must understand what is FinSac, youth. And don't just follow labor right lies and labor rights who are lacking in knowledge. And I'm happy you come here so you can get some knowledge. Carla, finish up and let me take a next call.
Yeah,
Hold
man.
on,
Even the FinSac thing, them not understand it because it's all about living honestly and dishonestly. So the FinSac story, the people them will do the thing them dishonestly. Where benefit, where make like some people offer back some money to get back them own a thing, and them try from selling them back them own a thing and sell them friend. So the cronyism what happening in a SSL if people can look at the same thing happening in a FinSac because guess what? Mostly some JLP people and friend and crony. So the whole heap and that and thing going to the next side to the FinSac, and that is the main reason why the report can't come out. You see, I got here all who involved in the cronyism to do with the asset them.
All right.
Yeah, because the court.
We'll take some more calls. Here, respect. Yep. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Colin, how you do?
Hey, nephew! Hallelujah! Whee! Well, on, nephew, I can take off my glasses so I can hear you good. Hey! Nephew.
Yes, my boss.
How was the debates?
The debate, as you know, some people say that GLP win, some people say PNP win. But to me, debate don't make much to me.
No, so who win the debate to you?
I'm in Portland a few weeks now in a college.
Then how you just call me?
I'm on the campaign, things looking real good.
Who win the debate? Hello.
For the Labour Party.
Hey.
The Labour Party is stronger than 20 people.
Nevio.
Yes, my brother.
Who win the debate?
I didn't watch the debate.
You watch the first one?
None of the two of them I didn't watch.
So you don't know who win?
Right.
Okay. Nevio.
Yes.
Nevio.
Yes, my brother.
There's a statement that was made that the GLP, Darrell Vaz and Andrew Holness bought new garbage truck to carry garbage and bought old buses to carry the country's most precious asset or to carry the country's future, our children. What do you think about that?
I know that Mr. Vaz is not the Minister of Local Government and is the Minister of Local Government which bought garbage truck.
So isn't the decision to buy new garbage trucks and old school bus cabinet decision?
I would agree that the cabinet would have to give it approval.
And don't you agree that cabinet have what is called collective responsibility? So say
Yes.
one, so say all?
Yes.
Right. So Darrell Vaz is a part of the cabinet. Andrew Holness is the chairman of the cabinet.
Yes.
So they decide to buy new garbage truck to carry garbage, but old buses to carry the country's future. What do you say about that?
We have limited time here. Make we talk a little of politics, man.
Politics that governance may attack.
Yeah, but we have limited time. How things look for you in West Portland?
We are going to win the 2 seats in Portland.
How things look in East Portland?
We are going to win the 2 seats in Portland.
Remember, you're not out there on the ground, you know.
I am what?
You're not out there campaigning, you know.
Me dip on the ground like the white line in the streets. I am out
but
there.
I've never lucky to buck you up out there in Portland on the ground. I'm out there every day.
Because me and Labour right now mix up, brother. So if you and your Labour right team out there, you're not going to see me. I shun the very appearance of evil, you know. And hold on, my producer said, if you ask yourself if things was so good, why you'd have to leave St. Mary to come up here to help?
No, man, remember, Portland is my place of campaigning.
Eh?
Yeah, remember Portland. How is Southeast St. Mary looking to you?
Oh, where?
Southeast St. Mary.
We're winning all 3 seats in St. Mary. All 3. Hold on for me, hold on. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Hold on for me. Let me give Nevio another 90 seconds and come back to you. Yeah, Nevio.
Anyway, I don't want you to hold that caller too long. I'm going back out in the field for them and continue my campaign.
You better stay in the field and don't go in. Blessings, my brother. Yes, caller. Good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yes, St. Bess, you need to have it in the phone, St. Bess. Anyway, hear me now. I don't want Mark Golden tomorrow to ask the Prime Minister about no integrity report.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I want Mark Golden to do tomorrow?
Yeah.
I want him to bring his certification paper. Right?
Hallelujah! You mean integrity certification?
Yes. And the question I want Mark Golden to ask Andrew Holness, why did you call an election in 2020 COVID pandemic causing us to lose our loved ones? Ask him that question. That is the question I want Mark Golden to ask him.
Tell her! Well?
You hear what I said to you?
Well, I hear you, sir. And I would have no objection to what you just said.
Because everybody asks about the Integrity Commission and everybody expect that. So just carry a certification.
Yeah.
The process is say, Jamaica, this is my integrity certification receipt.
Mm-hmm.
And my question to you, Prime Minister, why did you cause us to lose our loved ones in COVID-19 2020 by calling election, causing community spread, even though our families are still suffering from the loss of our husband, our wives, our children, and many other relatives? If he cannot answer that question, then he's not ready for the third term, so to speak.
All right, my brother, respect.
And I think that is a very powerful question to ask, Colin.
All right, I hear you. I hope he's hearing. All right, good.
Yes, so if you can pass the message to him for me.
All right, sir.
Yeah, man. Don't ask him about integrity because it's already there in the public already.
All right.
My respect to you, sir.
Blessings, my brother.
But PMP...
Well, the man that I said PNP win the debate. You're listening to the Colin Bell Show. We're coming to you live from Port Antonio, Portland. We have a
Good
call?
evening, Colin.
Yes, sir. What going, Chris?
Colin. Good evening, Colin.
Yeah, man. We are hear you. Go ahead.
Yes. Just put my 2 cents in on the debate, my brother.
Yes.
I listened to both debates, and it went as expected. I expected the PNP to dominate both debates, but last night was a very damning situation for the Jamaica Labour Party. And why I say that was that there was a question asked, and it exposed the Jamaica Labour Party, and it was so alarming. The Minister of Finance, the Minister of Education, and the Minister of Health was asked one question that they could not answer. Are any of you on the investigation for illicit enrichment? And not one of the ministers could have answered and said no. That was a damning moment. And I thought of all the debates that took place so far, that was the most damning moment because it exposed the government and it exposed the Prime Minister. And I think that was the most damning moment of the entire debates that happened. And we have seen the PNP won both debates. And on Thursday night, I can guarantee you that Attorney Golding will be prosecuting Andrew Holness. He will be prosecuting Andrew Holness.
You think him should have wear him gown?
I can guarantee everybody that.
You think him should have wear in gown?
Listen up. I don't think him need to go. Him just need to show up.
All right, sir. Respect.
Just need to show up, and he will be prosecuting Andrew Holness.
All right, sir. Big up yourself.
All right, Colin. Good.
Blessings. Thanks for the call, my brother. Why? Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Colin Bell.
Hold on for me. Don't say nothing yet. Hold on there.
300. I, Julian J. Robinson, can categorically state, I am not under investigation. Can the three of you say that? I, Julian J. Robinson, can categorically state, I am not under investigation. Can the three of you say that?
Yes, caller, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I loved the debate last night. Was good.
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it.
But Colin, I don't want to put this boss thing to rest, you know.
No, not at all.
I'm see the man that threw at me and said, he need a truckload of rum. One bottle not gonna help him.
But me see the man a throw rum on my boss. What a other man a throw rum on my boss? Am I boss? Are you a boss?
Whatever they try to get after, one bottle of rum not gonna help him. You know what I mean? Well, let me ask you something, Colin. Now why first roll out? Yeah, I watch it. Now why first roll out the bus?
Well, the first bus was supposed to come to Portland. That's what it was supposed to be. And hold on, let me see me hear him say.
Secondly, there was also some noise about tires on the bus.
So what kind of pastor that stand up with him with this rum? I threw a rum on the bus. Hey.
I don't know. What think I need the priest, the pastor, everybody to get him out of this problem and a truckload of rum. Now, you know that's a big heist. That's a heist them carry off in a man.
A major heist.
Major heist. You know what I have to call them people there now? Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh God. Oh God.
You know? No, Bonnie and Clyde. Now I heard that the man who handled the one of the man in the office who do the procurement of the money part him run gone. The bookie.
Yeah, me here say a man left the work. Because
so this tempts me to think you ever watch The Untouchables?
Yes.
What did happen to the bookie? What happened to the bookie?
What
them say? Who him prefer to catch him?
Him prefer how in did prefer catch him? The police them? Him prefer the cops catch him.
So it was a rush to who catch him first.
Boy.
I think this guy wind down to that spot because that's a heist. And tends to make the man who missing always get the blame. Blame it on the guy who run.
Yeah.
So when you reach down to that point is who you prefer to catch you first.
Yes.
That's what it can wind down to.
All right, my brother, I'm going to take our next call here.
All right, Mr. B.
Bless up. Good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We are live on Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4.
Hello, Colin.
Hold on for me. I'm coming right back to you. Hold on. Hello, good evening. Hold the line for me. I'm coming back. Yes, California. Go ahead. Yes?
Yes, Colin. May I beg about a minute just to say something? See?
Go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, PNP won the debate, right? But to me, it wasn't it wasn't about winning and losing for me. And it shouldn't be that for the Jamaican people. So everybody's kind of, hooray and hoopla about winning and losing. To me, is the things that was brought out and was not brought out in the debate, right?
Mm.
And to me, JLP had a chance to win it, but Dana, what's her name? Dana Marriott?
Yeah.
She dropped the ball, right? So the debate, the main thing around the debate was about the tax plan, right? Both sides tax plan, right?
No, I wouldn't think so. The GLP kind of make it more about the PNP tax plan. I think this tax plan have beat them bad. I think they are worried about this tax plan because they were dwelling on the tax plan to the extent that the first question that was asked was about the tax plan. And Dana came back and asked the same question in the end. So the tax plan, I give them trouble.
But that's the point I'm trying to make. She asked the wrong question.
Yeah.
Because, and even the lady in the middle there between what's her name, Peter Bunting and Julian Robinson, I forgot her name. But
Keisha
she was
Anderson.
the one that was saying the most up there because she mentioned propensity to spend or propensity to consume, right?
Yeah.
And based on the propensity to consume, right, there's a formula out there that tells you the effect of say, for example, Julian says it's going to cost $55 billion. So that's $55 billion you're dumping into the economy.
Yes.
The effect of $55 billion in the economy is a lot more. It's about 8 times actually.
Yeah.
Based on the propensity to spend.
Yeah.
Right? So the question Dana Marriott should have asked was, you're dumping all this money in the economy, right? Plus, DOJ, they're lowering interest rate. That's more money in the economy. What's going to be the effect on inflation? Because inflation is too much money chasing too few goods. There's no production happening. So what are your plans for productivity? How are you going to grow productivity year over year? What percentage? And how are you going to cut up and beat inflation? She had a chance to ask the most important question and she dropped the ball.
That's why I said earlier, the GLP don't seems like they can think on their feet because they would have come there with that question pre-planned. But the fact that the question was already asked, them should have changed the question. We had what, about 4 or 5 breaks? So they got time that they could have huddled together and said, hey, that question you asked already, what is it that we are going to ask? So you realize that they don't have the capacity to think on their feet or to make changes as they go along. And that is why the Jamaican economy has not grown since 2016 to anywhere. In fact, you heard one of the questions. And hold on, let me play this because one of the questions that was asked really showed up the GLP in a bad way. Listen to this. Listen this.
Mm-hmm.
Listen this.
According to the World Bank, the Jamaican economy average annual growth of the last decade is around 0.8%.
You hear that? The Jamaican economy for the last decade, the growth was 0.8%, less than 1%. So that's minuscule.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of people were saying that she's actually the worst because she got the debate handed to her and she lost it.
for them.
Well, I don't know if the debate was handed to them, but that question was a major blunder, I will agree.
Yeah, and but that's still a question out there that needs to be asked on both sides, because basically both sides have a thing that they want to put money in the economy. You know what I mean? What about inflation? I don't hear nobody asking about inflation up on this point, which is very important, because the Jamaica we're trying to build is not for us. It's for our kids, our grandkids, and our super grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
Who cares if whatever these plans materialize tomorrow, next week, and the next year? You know what I mean? It's about putting Jamaica on a trajectory so our great-grandkids can have the amenities that we don't have.
All right.
You get what I'm saying?
All right, my brother. Thank you.
I believe in the PMP plan, though. Hold on. I believe in the PMP plan, though, because why? Because the PMP has the best economist in Jamaica on their team, which is Andre Hart. So that's why I believe he's all over that plan. So I believe that they have the answers, but nobody's asking for the answers.
Well, one of the things that I know is that the PNP have a growth plan to grow this economy. So that's why I'm not worried. I'm confident that we are going to grow the economy. We're going to get to within about 3.5 years after getting in office, we'll get to about 3%. And then we're going to get to 5% and maintain that. So thanks for the call.
Yeah, man.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We're live on Caribbean Radio, 97.9 HD4. Go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Fame.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you see, JLP, them come on nervous, because them have Clinton, them classic.
Yes.
So them not comfortable.
Can't be comfortable because they know some of the things that will be coming at them,
Yeah. So, the little lady, finance lady there.
Hold the line for me. Hold the line. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Caribbean Radio.
What, my boss?
Hold the line. I'm coming back to you. Yes, sir. Continue.
Yeah. Feel Val. She too lame to be finance.
No, your finance minister must be able to articulate the position of the government. You must be able to retain your numbers. Eh?
Yeah.
You have to be able to retain your numbers and to reel them off. And Fieval don't have that. I mean, she could have maybe be the permanent secretary, because them say she bright, but when she speak, you don't hear it.
Yeah, she need more energy, man.
Yeah.
She need to bring more energy. Anyway, she's a failure for her education, so she must be a failure in her finance.
Yes. Well, the government, the GLP administration has been failing on everything. I want the Labour them come tell me, because they like talk about what Andrew do. And have you ever heard any of them really articulate the things that they have done? Hello?
The only argument they have are from way back, Finstock and all of them things there.
No, but they are not what them do. Them like to cast blame. But in the book of achievement, what are the things that are in that book where them claim say them do? Why they not talking about them?
Yeah, all of that, yeah. I say, a politics them good to play, The FGFA party just love play politics all the while.
All right, my brother. Thanks for the call, yeah?
Yeah, really, one more thing.
Yeah.
The question where Mr. Julian asked, I believe he leave up to the Prime Minister to answer it tomorrow.
All right, sir. Respect.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man. 876-804-7072. You can call me straight or WhatsApp. The Caribbean HD number, 305-654-7944. Go ahead, caller.
Colin.
Yes, sir.
I need to find out something. All those people that you have into the panel that was doing the debate, right?
Yeah.
Did you hear they ask a question and ask which one of the parties still in life and which one is talking truth?
Well, you wouldn't ask the party that. And that's why we need journalists that will fact check some of these things, and I'm going to bring on Ralston a little more from this to fact check some of them, because one of the things that Faval said that we have had 33 quarters of growth only interrupted by COVID. And I know that last year we had 3 quarters of negative growth. In fact, the Jamaican economy went into a recession last year.
Right.
So that was a blatant lie. Another claim that was made by Chris Tufton was that domestic export was up by 31%.
I didn't cut you, but let me tell you something. Me no just go a cheer for PNP, or me just go a cheer for Labour, you know. Me I listen the debate and try to get the good things from the bad things and put it together.
Yes.
You get me, you know? All right, listen to me, you know. Faval Williams was asked a question. Before you answer the question that they ask you come out, lie. That's not the question they were asking you. They didn't ask you who was telling life and who was talking truth. They were asked a question.
Well, guess what? It's a debate, you know, so sometimes you want to bring in something that is not in the conversation. So if you realize one of the time Peter Bunting, a question was asked, and Peter Bunting take the first shot at the question, not answering the question, but taking on Chris Tufton. When he told Tufton that everybody know him and Marky G make for them money. Him can't say the same about him and the Prime Minister.
Right. But to go further, one of the time in the debate, Mr. Tufton talk and more than half of the time leave, and then him say, but I have more time.
So they weren't prepared and they weren't backing up each other, because if he never realized him have more time and him pause there, so one of the other debaters should have just jump in.
Exactly.
You know, but they were flustered. They were flustered.
No, man. As a comrade, I go tell you the whole truth. If the GLP did win the debate, I am a fair person. If the GLP did win the debate and then we say a 1-1, I would say yes. But the GLP doing the defense is very shaky. Very shaky. You notice Mr. Robinson dribble right around the tree.
Hold on the caller. Ryan, if you don't know where you're talking about, man, just listen and learn. There were 3 quarters, sir, of negative growth. The first quarter, minus 0.8%. The second quarter, minus 2.2%. And the third quarter, minus 5%. 3 quarters, sir, of negative growth. Second, third, and fourth quarter. Go check statin. It's there. Yes, sir. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Right. and to me add something to it. You see, Colin, you see sometimes some of them people when you are called and come in some things, sometimes you just ignore some of them because, listen to me, they know that the GLP was on the back foot. And anywhere you go in Jamaica right now, the GLP is on the back foot. Anyone where you see a fella behind the GLP, you know, they already know, but, you know, they might have to look, they look at fish and to make things look away. But listen to me. No stopping Marky G on the 3rd of September. We'll be going out and hide the one of the man in Jamaica. I walk from Portland to Marant Point and convince all comrades to come out and go vote for freedom.
To rescue Jamaica.
To rescue Jamaica from these Alibaba and the party thieves.
All right, my brother. Little more. Give thanks.
Big up yourself.
876-804-7072. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
I was watching a debate yesterday, and one of the questions that I really wanted them to
hold on, speaking on your phone. If you have us on speaker, take us off. If you're having a headset, take it out.
All right, are you better now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, one of the questions that I wanted to ask was what would the governing or the incoming government plan to do to stop the sliding of the US dollar?
Well, one of the things that we must do is we must produce and export more, because that's the only way. We need to start earning more foreign exchange. So right now, the coffee industry is asking for about 300 million to step up coffee production. They are earning about 25 million US from coffee, and they are saying if they get that injection, they'll be able to earn 100 million US dollars from coffee. We need to invest in that. We need to invest in the culture and the creative industry. We need to cut the food importation bill because we are now importing about 1.6 billion US dollars worth of food. We should be able to feed ourselves, and the PNP is committing to this country to cut the food importation bill by 25% in our first term in office. So you're talking about close to 500 million US dollars we're going to save from not buying so much foreign food. We're going to invest in global logistics because global logistics is a big industry, and we're going to put in the logistics hub. Only 3 of them in the world already. We want to make Jamaica the 4th logistics hub. So we need to start earning foreign exchange. That is what we're not doing, my brother. And that is what the GLP is lacking. They have no vision or if you even want to call it ideas, one and the same, of how to earn more foreign exchange for the country.
Yeah, man. That's that. And one other thing, because I work in the health industry, and
yeah.
At a level right now where it even don't make any sense. And one of the things that I think the debate should have is a fact check, because Tufton said that the
analysts them will do the thing after, need to fact check. But we're going to do a little of that this evening, all right? Stay tuned.
All right, don't boss. All right,
yeah, man. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good afternoon, Colin. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Right. I listened to the debate last night. It was very interesting. I won't say who won and who lost because, that's out there. But there's something I noticed. Nobody seemed to have mentioned the impact of the external economy on the Jamaican economy.
Yeah, nobody not talking about that. That is something that,
right.
Yeah.
Can you ask Ralston? I hear you say you're having Ralston. I am very much interested in that.
Well, I'm going to bring him on shortly, so.
Right, because it's likely to impact our growth targets, I would
It is not likely. It will impact our growth target, my dear. It will impact us. Blessings.
Okay. Have a good afternoon.
All right. Remember them saying, man, if America sneeze, we catch cold, I'm going to play our next question. Listen to this.
In fiscal year 2013-14, the then Minister of Finance, Peter Phillips, balanced the budget. Minister Phillips met the targets for the primary surplus and the budget deficit. The JLP said at the time, including you, Minister Williams, that the then PNP government was preoccupied with passing the IMF test and not the people's test. Can it be said of this JLP administration that it is preoccupied with reducing the debt instead of growing the economy and passing the people's test?
You see, when you listen to that question now, and the GLP saying that they are the ones who set fiscal discipline, what are you telling us? That the questioner last night was telling a lie? Because you hear the man say Peter Phillips balanced the budget. Ralston, Wagwan party?
Yeah, man, I'm there.
Had a whole heap of internet problem yesterday, but we are back to where we ought to be. We are live on Caribbean Radio HD and on Portland Spice TV. Now, Raleigh, the debate last night, we want to do a little fact checking. The first one I want to ask you, Auntie Faval said Jamaica has had 33 quarters of consecutive growth only impacted by COVID. Is that true?
No.
That is not true.
No.
How many quarters of growth we had?
And what I think what them do is mix up growth with recovery.
Right.
You follow me?
Yes.
Yes. So there's a difference between growth and recovery. The economy dropped by 12% during COVID. And what we saw was a recovery getting back to there. You follow me?
Yes.
Yeah. So them tell the people that them was growing when we were recovering.
All right.
So you're dropping a hole, so you call it in a COVID, you're dropping a 12 feet hole.
Yes.
And you climb out back. Yeah? When you reach back the top of the hole, you have to reach back the top before you start grow again. So most of it was recovery.
Right. And after that recovery, we saw a slowing down as well.
And then we drop in a recession.
All right. Now talk to us about the recession, because if you even give her the COVID era, because she said it was impacted by COVID. But of course, we didn't have that 33 quarters of growth, because 33 quarters of growth is what? 8.5 years.
Yeah, man. So that's total rubbish.
All right. Tell us about the recession. We had how many quarters of decline?
3 consecutive quarters of decline last year. 0.7% second quarter, 5.5% third quarter, 2.4% fourth quarter, despite the lies being told by Wayne Henry.
That we were never in a recession.
Yeah, man.
So that is one of the lie. Christopher Tufton said domestic export was 31%, up by 31%. Is that true?
No. Total agricultural export. By the way, hold on. Let me just tell you something when we get a while ago. Yep. Because them really attack the people for food. Yeah?
Yeah.
Just tell you something that just came in from Statin. Statin just tells us that the total agricultural exports for the first 4 months, January to April, was only 24.2 million.
24.
That just came in hot off the wire from Statin a while ago.
24.2 million.
Yeah, man. The trade deficit is now $1.9 billion. Hot off the wire, just come in.
So the Jamaica trade deficit, meaning
difference between merchandise imports and export. Yeah, 1.9 billion. The total imports were up by 0.3% to 2.5 billion. And the total exports fell by 5.7% to 614 million. The raw material bill, 724 million, was above the total exports. The consumer goods and food bill, 694.5 billion, was above the total exports. The amount of fuel it will buy, 632.8 million, was above the total export earnings.
So we have what? About 4 commodities that we are importing that is above. Each one of them is above the total export?
Total export.
So we can export for buy one of the commodities that we need?
Not one. Yep.
And you're saying export is down by 4.something%?
5.7, not 4.something. 5.7 from January to April.
Total export down by 5.7%. So let me ask you something, Ralston. So where did that 1%, 1.4% growth in the first quarter come from?
We need to explain it, and that's why I said don't take him seriously. Wait until Statin report. One thing that we notice now, Statin do not have a director general, so Wayne Henry is operating like him is both the director general for Statin and the PIOJ at the same time.
But didn't Statin said that we had that growth, the 1.4% growth in the first quarter?
No, Statin hasn't reported on the first quarter. They reported on the last quarter. No, 1 point. Yeah,
they did.
They did report that
on the first quarter.
And they reported that after changing the methodology of how they calculated GDP, creating new sectors and all of those things.
Moving the base year and all of that.
Moving the base year and all of those things, yeah, man.
So this argument that domestic export grew by 31% is a blatant lie.
Yeah, man, nonsense.
The next thing, Ralston, Julian Robinson said that the PNP increase in the tax threshold will cost $55 billion.
Yeah, man.
You told us yesterday that it would cost $70 billion. So that's 55. So that's a difference of $15 billion. Not so bad. But Fieval said that their 10% cut in the income tax will cost $25 billion. You told us $35 billion.
No, I told you $135 billion.
Sorry, $135 billion you told us.
Yeah.
But Fieval said it's 25.
So Al Edwards, who asked her the question last night, was more correct than her, and it's easy to check if she was a good finance minister and doing her work. So here's the math. Income tax is projected at $339.5 billion. Yeah?
Yes.
So a 25% income tax rate would yield $339.5 billion. So if you divide $339.5 billion by 25, you will get the fact that a 1 percentage point cut would be $13.58 billion. I just multiply that by 10. And
so you are saying that what Jamaica gets from income tax every year is 300 and
39.5. That is what they're projecting this year, this fiscal year.
39.5. So when we charge 25% on income tax, the revenue from that is 339.5 billion dollars. So if you cut that now and you stop take 25%, you're only going to take 15%, my people. It means that you're giving up 10% of 339.5 billion. So anybody can do the calculation. What is 10% of 339.5 billion?
No, you have to know. That would be a 40% cut. So that you find 40% of that.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember, say, 10 is 40% of 25.
Yeah. Right. So that's how you have to work it out. So how she get 25? How she get 25?
That's why Julian says another pro box mathematics.
But Ralston, if the Minister of Finance come with those kind of figures, what does that say to her reputation as the Minister of Finance?
Remember, it is the same minister before she was minister who told us that the 1.5 would cause zero tax dollars. Then she said 4 billion tax dollars. Then she said 9 billion tax dollars. Then she said 16 billion tax dollars. Then she said 20 billion tax dollars. And it came out at 32 billion tax dollars. So this is something, so this is not the first time she's making those mathematical errors. This is consistent over the last 10 years.
But Ralston, let's go back to the PNP tax plan. And what Julian said last night is that it will start April 2026, but it will not happen in one go.
Yeah, man, which is correct.
But if we give up that 70 billion, how are we going to get back that in the economy in terms of getting back that 70 billion from somewhere else?
Yeah, well, that is why he says that they are planning, because the $140 billion in tax revenues which will be available is based on the government's unambitious growth target of 1% per annum.
Right.
What he's saying, if you step up the growth rate, more tax revenues will be available at their disposal, and they'd start it in 2026 and then phase it in as the economy grows.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you grow the economy, so at a projection of 140 billion by a 1 percentage point growth, if we go to 3%, then we can look at $420 billion.
Yeah, and more tax revenues. Yeah, man.
And then, but if we are going to survive as a nation, we must get at least 3% growth within the first term. Can we do that?
Yeah, man. 1% can work.
So how can we get 3% growth within our first term of a PNP?
As the man them tell you, reduce the energy bill by going into renewable energies. So two things come. You save foreign exchange and you become more competitive. So you can import less and you can export more. Injecting in the creative industries means that you can bring in more foreign exchange.
Yes.
Right? And you grow more. The Bank of Jamaica will not be taking so much money out of circulation. It should be driving growth and locking up in the vault.
Yes.
You follow me?
Yes.
Boost agriculture. Yeah. Again, you cut the food import bill and you generate more foreign exchange and you create more jobs in the rural areas. Boost logistics. Again, you generate more foreign exchange and you create more jobs. You with me? So they outline a clear plan as to how they plan to do what they're doing.
So
contrary to the JLP people who are just going back to FinTech and telling lies.
So last night, did the GLP explain how they're going to spend their, how they're going to get back that 25 billion, but we know.
But even 25 billion, she never explained it. They were just talking about FinTech and telling all kinds of lies.
But the question as well, Stan, we give them high marks for the question last night. But they did not ask the GLP how they were going to finance their tax cut.
Well, that's a usual thing. The people never normally ask the GLP how they're going to do what they're doing. They're always asking the PNP how they're going to finance what they're doing. It's a kind of bias that we see consistently, right? So
I had a caller a while ago who said that one of the things that she did not hear in the debate is what impact will the global economic issues AE, the tariff and all those, what impact will those have on the Jamaican economy?
Well, that will have a negative impact on your ability to export to the U.S. market, and that is why we need to diversify our markets to carry come. Julian mentioned that we need to diversify our markets to Latin America, to South America, to Asia. The JLP wasn't really talking about economics and how to grow the economy. They were more concerned about FinSAC, which was 35 years ago, and those things. They were never talking about how they are going to go forward.
No,
because the minister was a total flop as a team leader.
No, Raleigh.
She has no vision as to where the country is to go.
We expect another debate tomorrow night. What are your expectations going into that debate tomorrow night?
Well, we expect the I don't know about the other man, but this is a debate that we must watch. We expect the leader of the PNP to focus on issues like governance and corruption, as well as outline what is his plan to grow the economy, but with particular emphasis on governance, because governance is one of the things that is holding back growth, corruption and governance. We also expect him to focus on, Julian mentioned it last night, the bottleneck that we call Jamaica House, because Jamaica House is holding back the economy because the Prime Minister take on all of these things and he don't have the capacity to manage all of these things.
But hasn't the Prime Minister already accept failure as it relates to cutting red tape? Because the Office of Economic Growth and Job Creation was set up to do exactly that, cutting red tapes. And now we see him creating another entity, putting RJ marks at the end at the head of that so as to cut red tape. So isn't that admitting that I have failed in what I have proposed?
Yeah, man. And I would have no job create. I would have no economic growth despite the establishment of that ministry, because that ministry is working against itself because him is the man running everything and him have a capacity problem.
Ralston, some of the things you said that you wanted to hear in the debate last night, you said you wanted to hear about energy, agriculture, wage bill. Did we hear much about the wage bill last night?
No, not from the Minister of Finance. We heard a lot about it from the opposition side. The Minister of Finance has merely said, boy, the Prime Minister is going to tell them something, and, we have never met the 9% yet, and that kind of stuff.
You seem like you just got some new numbers from Statin, Ralston. Let me go back to Statin a minute. Have you gotten the poverty rate? Have they said anything about poverty?
No. As I said, it's as if Wayne is now speaking on behalf of Statin. So they told us that the poverty rate is 8.3%, although it is Statin's job to measure the poverty rate. As I said to you before, we see an ad out today where Statin is saying that it is trying to rebrand because apparently the Planning Institute has taken over the role of Statin. Wayne is now telling us about debt to GDP, he's now telling us about economic growth, he's now telling us about poverty, all of those things.
So, the economy, Ralston, is in a dilemma.
Yeah, man.
And I don't know, anybody when I see that now is refusing to see.
Yeah, man.
But Julian said that there's money there to give the teachers, to give civil servant more. Explain that to me.
Well, as you noticed that him talk about the waste and the corruption and all of those things. So there in the fiscal policy paper, there were projections for the wage bill, but clearly it seems as if that money has evaporated.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, man. On the waste and the giving away and all of those things.
So some of the things that the PNP may be expecting when they get there, maybe they are not there.
Well, Mark Golden didn't say that. So they are aware that when they go there, they're not going to see some of the things that they expect. Yeah. So that is why they have to do a complete audit of what is happening before you can even substantiate the promises that they are going to make. Yep.
So the teacher, civil servant may have to hold strain a little longer, you think?
Yeah, but you'll have to find something that is sensible to tell them. So
can't be zero.
No, it can't be zero, man. Madness, that, man. That is economic and political suicide. Yeah. So the minister committed political suicide when to tell people about zero twice. That's not work.
Ralston, Christopher Tufton last night said that Peter Bunting benefited from FinSac. In what way possible could Peter Bunting and Mark Golding benefited from FinSac?
Well, they wanted to say that they got sweetheart deals. I just sent out the thing to some people where Hardly Shaw had said that, and the man them took him to court, and the man to apologize to the man them because the court sweetheart.
Yeah.
Peter Bunting had sued him for libel, and you can check the Observer of July.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
July 12, 2010, and the Gleaner of July 13, 2010.
And the Gleaner, same date?
Yeah, man. No, the Gleaner was the 13th. The Observer was the 12th of July 2010.
Well, I had asked Peter about it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Peter said it was him, not Mark wasn't involved in it.
Yeah, man.
And him couldn't pay the money and him just low him.
Yeah, man. It's true.
Yeah, man. I remember you said it to us, and I asked Peter about it. We were having a different conversation. I said, but tell me something. And he said, yeah, man, Mark wasn't involved in it. I took him to court and we settled.
Yeah, man.
But he never pay off all of the money. And Peter said, well, I never like me to need the money, just discipline.
Yeah,
so
man.
Just low him.
Man. So that is why I'm going to tell you, all of these little hurry-come-up analysts, they tell you about the institutional memory that me can tell you about. All these hurry-come-up people about them are analysts and they don't know anything.
And a lot of people don't understand that FinSac and keep forgetting that FinSac was the solution. But I don't know if you see the 18 degrees north article, Ralston.
Yeah,
that they are saying that the Prime Minister might have gotten a house, bought a house from FinSac.
Yeah, man. And the same man who we were talking about a while ago benefited a whole lot from the FinSac thing. And that is why, although he was the minister pushing for the report, he nobody let them publish no report. We know all of them today. That's why no report can't publish. We know that the facts about them something.
Ralston, anything you finally want to tell us before we let you go?
Well, as we say, again, this is a telltale sign of the trouble that the economy is, that we get from starting a while ago. The trade deficit for the first 3 months is almost $2 billion. So if you annualize that, you're looking at a trade deficit of about $7 to $8 billion this year. It is getting worse with each passing year. So we need to concentrate on energy policy. We need to concentrate on agricultural policy. We need to push the creative industries in order to generate more foreign exchange. The Bank of Jamaica mopped up $51 billion out of the system today. The dollar still closed at 161.08. So it tells us that that medicine is not working. The only medicine that can work is production and exports.
Production and exports.
Nothing else can work.
Start exporting more.
More. Producing more and exporting more. Nothing else can work.
Thank you, my brother.
So if your policy is not about growth and it's about debt reduction, we don't need it at this time.
Definitely. One love, Raleigh.
Yeah, man. Blessed love, brother. Yeah, man.
Peeps, want to hear it from the best. You hear the trade deficit? We are living above our means, eating more than we can pay for. We need Michael Manley. Eat what you grow what you eat. We are importing too much goods in this country. We need to stop. We need to get the idle lands into production. Get lands into production. 1. 2. When we get the lands into production, we need to start exporting more of our culture. And I want to say to some people this evening who are saying that we don't have monetize culture. Go sit down. It's one of our biggest assets. Something that we have that is craved around the world. Jamaican culture. Our food. Our music. Our visual and performing arts. And I'm saying to the people, make certain to go out there and vote out this government. They have shown over the last 9 years the lack of vision. And they don't listen. Because of 9 years now, me they are tell them or more. that the culture and the creative industry have the ability to create wealth for this country. But them no want to listen. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We're live on Caribbean Radio, 97.9 HD4. Good evening.
Greetings, Mr. Bell. How are you, sir?
I am here doing my work.
Yes, I realize.
Trying to educate the people. Right? Yes, yes.
You know, I heard something on me put out this morning. I don't know if it's true that they are walking around and paying the PNP workers not to go to work on election day, $100,000. I don't know if you heard of that particular argument. That's number one before you respond. Number two, I respect Mr. Nephew, but I think he's being ingenuous. He watched the debates, but he just don't want to answer. If you're a party man, you're a party man. He's ingenuous. He's lying. Or big man is lying. He's lying. And he's trying to not to let you go there while you were speaking. And that is not good for you to call somebody your friend, but yet you're lying and you're a big man, Mr. Whoever, Mr. Nephew. I don't like that about you. I could detect it and you talk about our politics, and when Mr. Bell speak politics, you detour the conversation. You got to do a little better, sir. Yes, Mr. Nephew. So I don't know if that is true, Mr. Bell, for you to look into it to see if there's anything like that about the
we're hearing
about the $100,000 payments.
We're hearing,
I don't think any comrade will be so stupid these days. You heard of it?
We hear the argument, but I don't know if it's true. And I am confident that for this election, the GLP said the right thing. Choose Jamaica. And if you are choosing Jamaica, you can't vote GLP.
You have to vote on GLP.
Yeah, man, they got to go.
You have to vote on GLP.
They got to go.
Yeah, man, wicked set of people are liar and stupid and dumb and all kind of thing. You say, I wrote about them, you know.
But we know
about man, a money queen, man, them program.
But we know they are desperate, so we're not putting anything past them.
Desperate times are for desperate measures, you know.
Yeah, man, we know that they are desperate, my brother. All right, thanks for the call.
You know, tell her, watch our ballots here, sir. Watch our ballots in Portland.
Yes, sir.
Give thanks for Rastafari Christ.
Yeah, man.
His Majesty,
yeah, man. Yes, man.
In fiscal year 2013-14, the then Minister of Finance, Peter Phillips, balanced the budget. Minister Phillips met the targets for the primary surplus and the budget deficit. The JLP said at the time, including new Minister Williams, that the then PNP government was preoccupied with passing the IMF test and not the people's test. Can it be said of this JLP administration that it is preoccupied with reducing the debt instead of growing the economy and passing the people's test?
That was a question from the questioner last night. I played that question because the GLP like to behave like they were the ones who fixed the fiscal discipline in this country. Conrad O'Brien, Wagwan.
Hey, Colin, how you doing, man? Good evening, good afternoon to your listeners.
Yes, man. Where they are talk truth.
As we must, and as we are known for.
So, you watched the debate last night, Obi?
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm.
Talk to the people what you think about the debate last night.
Well, certainly, Colin, from the get-go on paper, I did say that the PNP has a superior team. You know, when you look at Julian Robinson, Peter Bunting, and of course the treasurer of the People's National Party, Keisha Anderson, not a well-known person in the political sphere, but indeed extremely qualified. And as a result of that, when I look at the team, I said, listen, wow, this was a formidable team by way of, the financial knowing of Jamaica and indeed even in private sector. On the other hand, while Favor would have had some training in terms of finance and so on, but she has very, very weak disposition. And as I said from day one, that I believe that the commission, the debate commission, would have done themselves an injustice by changing the format to have a group debate. And I said that from day one that I believe that they were doing so in order to protect Favor Williams, because they knew they're going up against Julian. She would be a very weak candidate. And when you look at the debate, because essentially that debate should be a head-to-head, one-on-one with herself and Julian. And while Julian came out blazing from the get-go, Favor seems as if she had to leave home because she was ill-prepared. We know she has a kind of lousy disposition in terms of her delivery. But that said, even when she delivered, we did not get any substance from her. So the debate, the People's National Party would have won the debate hands down. They were clear in their position. They ruled out how they would be able to finance the flagship project that they come up with, which seems to be causing the Labour Party a lot of headache at this time. That is the $3.5 million tax-free or ceiling that you would not pay any income tax on. And other projects that they did, they went also hit hard as to the stewardship of the Jamaica Labour Party. And indeed, what a question that was posed by Keisha Anderson when she asked directly, are you better off now? And as Dr. Christopher Stokes said, that was the question of the night for him.
Yes.
And if you notice, he stick on that quite a bit because as a man on the ground, he is quite okay with the fact that the people are not better off now than they were in 2016, Colin. Just as you and I would have opined from time to time that the $16,000 now cannot purchase what the 6,000 could have purchased in 2016, and that speaks volume, Colin. All the talk about the lowering in unemployment, the people are not feeling it. There are some low-paying jobs, and of course there are about 700 people who are not captured in the workplace, people who are able-bodied and of working age. So all of those things are out there. They also splash home the fact that the education has been hopefully inadequate. Less people are now qualified than they were, are turning out each year under the Labour Party than were under the People's National Party administration. There's also something else there, Colin, the fiscal responsibility that the Jamaica Labour Party like to talk about. And people must be honest, all those fiscal rules were basically put in place. As a matter of fact, the opposition leader and the man who is poised to be the 10th Prime Minister of Jamaica, those were crafted, those laws and so were crafted and drafted by him and implemented by the People's National Party in order for the PNP to get that IMF agreement that set something in stone as to how we would have reduced the debt payment. So the ratio that we're having now, it would be in place whether it is the PNP or the JLP. And the PNP is duty bound to stick to those pictures because they were the one who crafted them in the first place, Colin.
Obi, I hear there was a press conference earlier today by the GLP trying to explain some of what they messed up last night. Did you have a chance to listen to that press conference?
No, not at all, Colin. After finished broadcasting, I have been on the road, and certainly I haven't gotten the opportunity to zero in on any of that at all.
All right. Outside of the debate now, Obi, I just want to pick your brains about some of the seats that we have had discussions on a lot of the seats before, and we had counted the seats right here on Portland Spice TV on Caribbean Radio HD. People are looking forward. We are 8 days out. Today is Wednesday. Next week, Wednesday at this time. Hallelujah. Hello. At this time next week, Wednesday. Hi. Hello.
Well,
this time next week, Wednesday, OB, some seats would have been called already.
Absolutely.
I want to.
And I'm going.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. well, go ahead, ask the question, but I want to start in your very parish there.
Well, I am not going to assist you in this parish. But
well, no problem. Let me go ahead, Colin, because this evening I sat in a particular office and I made a call to Doreen Campbell. And Doreen is out there in the field and she is extremely excited. And she believes that her chances is at a fever pitch level. You have said it before, Colin, that you're eyeing Western Portland. But certainly, the information that I'm getting out there, I think all eyes should be glued on the most eastern parish in the country, Portland, next week, Wednesday, this time.
So, what are your predictions?
Well, certainly, Colin, I have predicted Eastern Portland. But what I'm saying now is that West Portland seems to be a toss-up, and in my opinion, I think it could go either way.
As I say, I'm not going to help you with that, but the question I wanted to ask you this evening, Obi, is about the parish.
Before you let me go on that, Colin, I am presently in Southwest St. Catherine. I've just interviewed the PNP candidate, Dr. Wall. I've gone in there just coming out of Old Harbour Bay itself, where Dr. Wall is the councillor for that St. Catherine, Old Harbour West division. And something is brewing across this constituency. Of course, there was also a great number of Ever Warmington supporters out as they're getting ready with bus to basically do a drive-through in the constituency. But I can tell you that Dr. Wall and a strong of his supporters is in the Old Harbour Bay West division as we speak, and he seems to be getting a lot of traction, not just in his division there, but across the length and breadth of the constituency of Southwest. So there are some seats, Colin, that normally you would be penciling, you'll be saying, boy, this seat is going for the Labour Party. But with the wind beneath the wings of the PNP at this time, Colin, there are some seats that are looking very, very interesting. I'll say no more than that.
The question I want to ask you is about the parish of St. James. There are 5 seats in St. James.
Yes.
My argument is that for the PNP to form the next government, we must take at least 2 of those seats. Give me your prediction on St. James. That is where I wanted to go with you this evening.
All right. The truth is that I believe that for the PNP to form the government, or they can form the government without. But I think that one of the seats to watch primarily in St. James is the Deputy General Secretary of the PNP, Nikisha Burchell, that is South St. James. So once that one comes in for the People's National Party, then certainly we are counting in Mark Jefferson Golden as the 10th Prime Minister of Jamaica. However, based on what is happening in St. James, I was there last week, Monday, when I flew in from the United States of America. And I took the time to do some work inside there, Colin. And when I came through the airport, first of all, came through and come on the outside, Colin, the workers, the taxi men, the bagmen, all of them had their PNP armband on. So I said to a person down there, a gentleman that they call Donovan is his name, but they had a pet name for him, Computer. And I said to Computer, what is happening here? And he said to me that it seems as if St. James is going back to the People's National Party. So all in all, Colin, by virtue of that, I am prepared to call free for the PNP, although persons within St. James is saying to me that it looks better than 3. But at the minute, I am looking at 3 out of St. James, and that is South St. James, that is also the constituency that Dr. Hartley is running, and of course Central St. James with Janice Allen. So I'm calling those three for the People's National Party. But as I said, other persons are saying to me that it could be better than three in St. James. But I am prepared to at least stick with those three for the time being. If they serve up more an election night, then those would be bonus for me. But at the moment, I am calling 3 for St. James for the People's National Party.
Saturday
all
morning.
In all, I think it would be 3-3.
Saturday morning, we are going to be looking at more of these seats. It's 5 seats. How many seats in St. James? 5.
I think it's 6. I think it's 6. Is it 6 or 5?
I think it's 5.
Or 5. So you have. So let's look at it. We can deal with it quickly.
Malawi Fort.
Yeah, you have Bartlett, you have Malawi Fort, you have Chang, that's 3.
Omar
you
Davis.
Have Bertha, White, Oma, that's 4, and then you have
Eroy Clark.
And then you have Bartlett. So that's 5.
No, man, we called Bartlett already. So it's Eroy Clark is the 5th one.
Eroy is the 5th one.
So we have Bartlett. Hold on, we have Bartlett, Malawi Fort, Omar Davis, Horace Chang, Eroy Clark.
Yes. Good.
Bartlett,
so that's 5.
Malawi, Omar Davis, Eroy Clark, Horace Chang. That's 5.
5.
Yeah.
5 there, yes. So I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the PNP getting the plurality of 1 over there as it is right now. But one must understand, Colin, that if there is any kind of swing that say you're talking about a 4 percentage points or so, even a 3% swing, it means that the PNP could be coming home with even more seats. Because when I spoke to Donna Anderson sometime last week, he said to me that even with a 1% going into the poll, then you could come out, the PNP could come out with a victory of about a 34 seats. 1% would be taken there. So if you start to go into the realm of a 3.5%, 4%, 5% swing upward, then you're really talking about massive numbers there.
Don Anderson said that he will be coming out with another poll just before the elections. Any expectations?
Indeed. Well, Colin, you know what Dan said. He said that the rally that the PNP had, also the debate that is going on now, where the PNP seems to be doing very well in. There are the proposal, the manifesto of the PNP, was not captured in it, and a number of other things. So he's saying that, those things weren't captured, but so it is arguably that with those things out there now, the numbers could really change appreciably. But one of the things that must be noted, Colin, even with all of that, what happened, the PNP have some amount of bragging rights because their leader is showing, the PNP president, Mark Jefferson Golden, Marky G, is now showing a net favorability of 8 percentage points over Andrew Holness. No, that's big. And that was something. And that was something that the Prime Minister himself basically took Dan Anderson to task and seems to discredit Dan Anderson poll for the numbers there. So that seems to be hitting home very, very hard.
The final thing, Conrad O'Brien, fireman from New Start 93 FM. The final debate will be tomorrow night. Andrew Holness comes face to face with Mark Jefferson Golden. What are your expectations?
Well, Colin, so far it is 2-0 for the People's National Party. My expectation is that they will close out the debate with 3-0. I believe that Mark has much more experience under his belt in terms of how he will handle himself on a political debating stage. He is no fluke. He understands the thing. He has so much material. And Andrew Holness, he is certified. Mark Golden is certified. He is up against the uncertified Andrew Holness and so on. He has a lot of goodies. his manifesto that he will be able to roll out the first in the and family with the university education, the housing plan, of course, the new tax threshold, and all of those things. So he is going on into this debate also with the wind beneath his back, knowing that his charge, who have basically gone before him, gave him a comfortable 2-0 going into the final match up here, Colin. So all in all, I expect great things from Mark Jefferson Golden, Marky G. However, Andrew Michael Radon Brogard Holness, he's supposed to be in training now, and I think that he will be preparing, anticipating that Mark Gordon is going to be juking him with a number of things, and he may be in the training now as to how he will respond to him. So all in all, I think it's going to be a very, very interesting matchup, but within the present scenario, I anticipate Mark Gordon coming out on top in that showing tomorrow. But we have what? Less than 24 hours before that showdown come up. It will be up at 9 o'clock tomorrow and the major outfit here in Jamaica. So let's see what will happen there, Colin.
Thank you very much, Conrad O'Brien, the fireman. Bless up, my brother. We'll talk.
All the best. God bless you, my friend. Take care.
One love. There you have it. Conrad O'Brien giving his take. Yeah. Very, very interesting times right here in Jamaica, where the elections are on. And of course, Wednesday, this time, Jamaica choose. And of course, we have to be up and checking out everything. We'll be out there on the road like the white line and see what is happening. But this is a mission to rescue Jamaica from these wicked and uncaring people. Reverend Saint Hope, good evening to you, sir. Blessings. Super Prince, one love. You're listening to Caribbean Radio, 97.9 HD4. As we come to you live from the studios of Portland Spice TV. I invite you all, if you have not yet, check out my YouTube channel. It's Portland Spice TV at YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel, like and share. Give me a subscribe, give me a like, give me a share for my YouTube channel. Bless up everybody and thanks. Now, my people, Portland, some things are going on at Portland, you see, when are nice. A young man was killed in Snow Hill he died last week, but information are still sketchy that a young man was killed. And we're calling on the police to do the necessary investigation. Do the necessary investigation. I want to talk to the two constituencies in Portland before I come off of the year this evening. I want to talk to West Portland first. You have had an MP in West Portland for 18 years unbroken. 14 of that 18 years, his party has formed the government of Jamaica. In that 18 years, West Portland no get no house. My listeners and viewers, Darrell Vaz has not built one dege house in West Portland for the 18 years that he has been there. You have teachers, police, nurses, firemen, soldier, whole heap of civil servant. You have a lot of business people. And for the 18 years under Darrell Vaz, not even a little NHT scheme with 10 houses. Not one house was built by the government of Jamaica in West Portland for the 18 years. The people in West Portland lacks opportunity. The people in West Portland have nowhere to go work. Coffee is down because of this administration. West Portlanders, time come for a new direction. Time come to give your children opportunity. There's one high school in West Portland, and that plant is the worst in Portland. We have 5 government high schools in Portland. 4 in the east, 1 in the west, and the one in the west is the worst. Needs attention. You cannot continue. You cannot continue with this member of parliament who told you that he need 1 more term for him children, and him grandchildren. Time come West Portland. Eastern Portland. We need an MP. We need an MP that can represent, that can go out there and speak on our behalf. We need an MP who is willing to tell us his or her plans for the constituency. And I said to East Portland, the late Dr. Linville Bloomfield was murdered in his house. And to date, nobody has been held responsible for that murder. We want to ask the police to remind the nation how many DNA samples were taken from that crime scene. The Prime Minister said him can't even know if he find the criminals. And we are saying, Mr. Prime Minister, find the person or persons who unalive our last member of parliament. But I'm saying to the people of Eastern Portland, let us honor the late Dr. Linville Bloomfield by returning the constituency of East Portland to the People's National Party under the candidacy of Isaac Buchanan, a man who can represent, a man who can speak on our behalf, a man who has been articulating his plans for the constituency, a man who will not engage in political victimization, a man who will not lock off the waterways. I hear some people talking about me have Boston Beach. I have leased Boston Beach from the government. And the people of Jamaica have continued. The people of Jamaica and the world have continued access to Boston Beach. At Boston Beach, we charge a beach maintenance fund, $500 between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. weekdays, 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. on the weekends. Outside of those times, anybody can go to the beach and access it. We take care of the property. We provide clean bathroom facility. We provide running water. We provide lifeguard while paying a lease to the government. So the $500 is not a get-rich $500. It is to maintain the property, keep it clean, and tell me, people, when you come to Boston Beach, if you are not comfortable, you come to the beach in dignity. You can take your family. Even those who are disabled can come and be comfortable at Boston Beach. But at the same time, there's a waterway between the Blue Lagoon and Sansan Beach where Portlanders used to sail them raft and them boat and collect for a boat ride and make good money. That has been stopped. Nobody can sail down there. Neither boat nor raft. So the Jamaican people used to enjoy that trip over to Pelu Island with a tour guide cannot do that anymore. And we are saying, time come for Portland to be returned to the Portlanders. For the Portlanders to have freedom in our land. And we will not accept Portland be called Varsland. It is an embarrassment and a disgrace and disrespect to the people of this beautiful parish. Wednesday is a day for decision. I want to thank the people on Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD for tuning in to us this evening. We join you next week, Tuesday. And I don't think we're going to be coming to you on Wednesday. Wednesday is election day, so Bro G, line up something for Wednesday. But we're going to come to you on Tuesday. And of course, if you need intermittent report, we'll work out something, Bro G, for Wednesday to make the thing interesting and keep it coming. But we want to say to Jamaica, we deserve better. We must grow the economy for our children and our children's children. And for those of us who are planning to retire in Jamaica. Because like me who don't want to leave here, I am not just fighting this battle for my children and their children, but for myself, who if God's willing and I live to reach those ages, I can be comfortable in my land. So therefore, Jamaican people, we have seen a prime minister for over 3 years whose statutory filing cannot be certified by the Integrity Commission. We have seen the lack of growth in the economy. We heard the question last night. Said the World Bank said Jamaica has grown for less than 1%, 0.8% for the last decade. That cannot continue. We need to grow the economy to ensure that we all can live a better life. So I'm saying to you, use your head, think wisely, and let's work together as one people for the growth of this country and the betterment of Jamaica. Land of my birth, I pledge to be loyal, faithful, and true to thee. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you, I will have a call now before I go there, so I'm going to take the call. Yes, caller, good evening.
Alex Comfort, we're going.
Me there.
Right. Like,
eh? Yeah, me on speak. Take me off a speaker, man. You have a talking on the phone like a regular phone. Take me off a speaker.
Oh, hold on.
And if your speaker headset don't work when you're on ear, gives a up and down.
Oh, come up on the road.
Hello?
Come up on the road.
All right, we'll talk again. Blessings. Yeah, as I was saying, may the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace, now and forevermore. Yes, Fuller, not one house the man of Bill West Portland for the 18 years. It's a disgrace. Big up on yourself.